Hey guys, welcome back to Endeavor Defense and Fitness. We're talking a little bit about generating force and striking tonight. So we've been teaching a lot of active shooter, mass violence seminars across the US, and one of the blocks in there in the fighting back section is teaching people how to strike. But here's the thing, when we're talking about extreme adrenal stress, issues where I'm only gonna have these people for 3, 4, maybe 6 hours, and we're only gonna talk fighting for about 2, we don't want to blind them and oversaturate them with just weird nuances between a bunch of different styles of strikes. What I need them to understand is how to generate force. If I can generate force, it doesn't matter if I'm doing it with my fists, whether they're closed or open. It doesn't matter if I'm using my elbows. It doesn't matter if I'm throwing hammer fists. It doesn't matter if I picked up a freaking fire extinguisher and started bashing people in the head with it. I'm learning to generate force. So what we really want people to understand is what it feels like to get their body weight down, get into an athletic posture, and then create as much force out of their musculature as possible. So what we generally do right out of the gate, whether I'm talking about throwing straight punches, whether I'm talking about throwing palm strikes or hammer fists, I want them to understand this concept of turning and utilizing their entire body to generate force. So we get them kind of stood up with that pad, get into an athletic posture, whether it's left-handed, right-handed, it doesn't matter. I don't really care about their stance in these instances. I just want them to learn how to turn and strike. So my body turns and rotates with every single shot. I'm not here hitting with my arm. I'm turning my whole entire body to get that motion into it. Teaching them that when I go to strike, my whole body moves. Now the reality of it is, once I learn how to generate force, I need to understand that that force isn't going to be applied out here, right? If I got a guy running around killing a bunch of people with a gun, I'm not going to run up and put my fisticuffs up and start to box him out here. I'm going to end up grabbing onto him. So we get him in close right out of the gate. I'm grabbing onto the pad, I'm grabbing onto him, I'm pinning him up against the wall, and I'm learning to generate force from there. If I generate force standard here with my feet turning, my hips turning, my ribs and striking, nothing's really going to change when I reach inside and grab onto him. It's going to be the same exact idea. Now I'm just using one arm to control and one arm to strike. Whether I'm holding onto a muzzle, holding onto their head, whatever that is, I want them to understand that concept. So I'm grabbing on and I can still drop big elbows, turn my body to drive and hit with everything that I've got. Nothing really changes there. So what I want them to understand is, how do I turn and generate force no matter what I'm using as a striking surface, and then make them really understand the reality of the situation is I'm going to be holding on to a gun, I'm going to be bear hugging into them, maybe striking, I might be pinning them up against a wall, we might have taken this down to the floor, and how do I use those same principles of using as much musculature as possible to generate force, and then just apply it into whatever striking surface I have available to me. So what I want you guys to understand is, don't get obsessed over the nuances between a straight punch and an elbow, and don't look at it from a martial arts or a self-defense standpoint as far as technique goes. Learn how to get into a position where you can generate force, learn how to generate force, and whatever the heck that you need to do, whether it's with your fists, your elbows, or some type of an implement, turn your body and strike with everything you got. So keep it very simple. Concepts are key when it comes into this stuff, especially when you're talking about these crazy, chaotic situations. Generate force, man, and learn how to break shit. We'll see you guys next time.